Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. My name is Jessica, and it is time for our April TBR. Now, this is a little bit different. This is doing a reaction to Tale of Two Trails, the April battle. And so we're going to watch it together. I have not watched any of the prompts or anything like that. So let's go ahead and react to this, and we will try and build our TBR together.
Time for roll number one for Team Elephant, which, by the way, I've got a name for the elephant now. There was a vote, and the winning name was Edmund. So
Edmund.
this is Edmund,
Ah,
and he's going to lead the charge of our comeback. I mean, we're in the lead still at the moment, which is a good thing. Okay. It jumped out, but we said if it was on camera,
We did.
it still counted.
There we are.
I don't want to keep doing that. And that is a 5. I hope you can see. I think you can see.
Yeah. So you've got a 5, off you go.
Got a 5.
Chomp,
Woohoo!
chomp, chomp, elephants.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is to read a new release.
Ooh.
And we literally just missed this square, which if we had landed on it, we'd have to switch places with Pierre. So let's hope that Pierre doesn't land on it.
Read a book that was published in the last year. Gonna have to have a think about that. When was So my pick for release in the last year, that is 2023, is going to be Yellowface by Rebecca F. Kwong. I was actually planning on reading this another month for one of my chicken prompts for Pokemon, but I guess I can swap it around. It should be fine. So I will be reading Yellowface this month for that one. I'm quite interested to read this. I've heard it is a satirical look at the publishing company. And if I recall correctly, this person steals another person's manuscript and essentially gets rich off it, I believe. And so it should be a really interesting. It should be a really interesting read. I've heard a lot of really good things about this. So, yeah, we'll see.
Thing is,
Doesn't matter what you want, it's just chance.
yeah, but I like to survey the landscape. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will take us down around the Lake of Doom, which is really bad because these are really bad prompts that we don't want, guys. So we don't want a 4, but it does take us right down the board, so that is an upside. And other than that, I don't really mind, but I think I don't want the 4.
Go on, elephant. Head down to the...
We don't want an elephant to fall into a pool of water. That's mean. Although they do like water, I suppose.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my god.
A 4?
4! Yay! Edmund the elephant packed his trunk and went down the waterfall. Whee!
Oh,
So
but we're
what's-
really
what's
far
the-
down.
what's the prompt?
This is really bad for us.
What does that prompt mean?
This prompt isn't bad. This one.
Oh, okay.
This prompt is to read a book that features water in some way.
A book that features water. So what am I? First off, what am I reading for Stephen King? I'm reading The Institute, The Stand, Fairy Tale, and Polpick, which is The Green Mile. Now, I'm not sure if this counts as includes water in some way, um, but the cover of The Institute by Stephen King, it's got like water and somebody's rowing in a boat and stuff like that. So I'm assuming there will be a water element in some way. Uh, I I'm wondering whether this secret government facility hidden deep in the forest in Maine. There is a lot of water on the cover for this, so I'm tentatively going to use The Institute by Stephen King. And this is about a boy who's super smart and has these powers. And so he gets kidnapped and taken to some secret government facility in Maine. And there's a whole bunch of kids with these different abilities, like you've got telekinesis, telepathy, that kind of thing. And in this facility, there are experiments and things that happen to these children. And then meanwhile, there is the small town cop that picks up the case of these kids, and he totally did not expect it. I'm actually so looking forward to reading this. So this will be part of my Stephen King read along. If you didn't know about that, do go and check out the announcement video that I did a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, very much looking forward to reading this.
It's time for us to go round the Lake of Doom. So we do have a choice. We can either go left or right.
Well, it looks like you just have to go that way.
No, but you can choose. That's the rule.
Why can you choose?
Because I made the rules.
Oh, goalposts, moving again.
No, either lake. You can go around either way.
Can you?
One.
And it's a stick man.
Do you know what? We really have to do well this week because that means next month is going to be horrible prompts for us and we have to brace ourselves.
Come on, Edmund.
Yes, I'm moving. Oh. Yeah, Edmund's had enough.
He's having a swim.
Yeah, he can go in there for now. Let him cool off. This prompt is to read a book. Well, you don't get a choice. You have to choose someone and they just choose you a book. And you don't get any choice. They just choose one for you.
Okay, that's interesting. I've never had anyone purely pick for me. I'm actually gonna pop it in the Discord, or Kim, if you see this video, let me know if this counts. But for my Stephen King read along, I was very highly encouraged to read The Stand by family. Very, very, very highly encouraged to read The Stand by Stephen King. So do let me know if that counts. I will put it in the Discord as well and ask. But let me know if that counts. Otherwise, I will figure something out. I may have to go to my sister. Actually, that's not. Oh. Okay. Okay. If that doesn't work, I have an idea.
That you did last month. Anyway, look out for a new video from me over on my own channel at some point with my 3 choices for this month. And have fun, and I will see you all soon. Take care now. Bye.
Can I just say, Julie, I love your t-shirt. I'm not Team A, but I love your t-shirt. It's so pretty.
Bye.
Team B, right, I finally made a decision. I found this really hard. Obviously, for the third prompt, I couldn't do anything with the team book because it's completely out of our hands what we read. If the book that someone has chosen for you ends up being this book, then totally feel free to use it for that. But yeah, highly unlikely, I think. So disregarding that prompt, we're left with new release and water on the cover, something to do with the book. And I really thought about this for a long time, and I went through loads of like new releases that had something to do with water. And essentially I just realised for the group book that's probably a bad idea, because when there's a new release it's not very likely that everybody's going to be able to get hold of it easily. So I thought maybe tactically it was better to go for an older book that's maybe more easily like circulated and people can get hold of. And so with that in mind, the book that I've decided to go with this month is The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. I bought this book really recently just on a whim, and when I was thinking about what to read I thought actually this could be perfect, because even if you don't like Ernest Hemingway, I've never read any Hemingway stuff myself, but this did win the Nobel Prize, so
I wonder if I can get that from the library because I've never heard of that before.
presumably it's a good story. I did look, and definitely in the UK you can get it on Scribd, not Scribd, on Everend, and yeah, I assume that this would be likely to be in libraries and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm hoping that that's true and that some of you want to pick this up. All of you want to pick this up. The other reason I picked it is because look at the size of this book. It's so short. So the audiobook on Everend said it was 2.5 hours. I don't know how it's 2.5 hours based on the size of this book, but anyway it is. And that's on like 1x speed. So yeah, this is 99 pages long. So I think if we really put our minds to it, we can definitely all read this to gain those extra points for our team. And I feel like we definitely need it, like, looking forward to next month. So yeah, I encourage you to try and pick up this book in this next game month. Anyway, so this is going to be the group book. The activity did have to be based on the third prompt, which is somebody else chooses you a book to read. And so for this, I thought the activity that we could do could be to think about what we would do if we had to choose one book for everyone in the world to read. Like they had to read it and we got to choose what it was. What would it be and why? So on the Google form, I will create a section for the activity where you can tell me what book that would be and why.
That would be a hard one. The immediate book that comes to my mind is The Whale Rider because it had such a big impact on me, especially when I read it, and it's a great kind of like a slice of life with a bit of mythology mixed in with it, of Māori culture and Māori belief in the tribe. So my immediate thought is that, and if you get the audiobook, it's just so impactful. You've got the author of it, Witi Ihimaera, that actually speaks the Māori verses, but he also sings the Māori verses as well, and it's quite, yeah, it's that kind of stuff has always given me like the goosebumps in the best possible way, and it's the only book that made me ugly cry and sob twice. I have cried in other books, but not many. The only other one that I could recommend, I could say The Picture of Dorian Gray, not because of the writing, but if you read The Picture of Dorian Gray from a psychological standpoint, and realize that what's on the book is not quite what is actually advertised. If you go in knowing that, and then you go in looking from a psychological point of view, it's been a really fascinating book. I read it for March, as a buddy read with Nicole, Alex, and Alex. So yeah, it would be between those two. I'll have to have a think about which one I'll actually pick for that one. I may change my mind. If you're in the Discord, keep an eye out for that. Interesting, very interesting. So at the moment, we've got Yellowface, the Institute, and Kim let me know if I can use the stand because it was highly, highly encouraged by one person in my family. So, an update from Discord, spoke with Kim. I cannot use the stand because it was already on my TBR. But I asked my sister, and I'll show you what she said um, just in the corner there. Um, and so she was happy to pick a book for me. And the book that she picked was The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahurin. I've never heard of this in my entire life. Um, but it sounds so interesting. I'm just going to read straight from the blurb because I don't really know how to summarize this. So, this is from Goodreads. So it says Celie Tremblay has always been a good girl, kind and beautiful, a daughter of whom every parent would be proud. She surprises the entire kingdom when she defies tradition to become the first huntswoman, including her new captain and fiance, Jean-Luc, who rules the huntsmen with an iron fist. He isn't the only one concerned for Celie's safety, however. Though her friends try to protect her from the horrors of her past, mysterious whispers still haunt her, and a new evil is rising in Belthera, leaving bodies in its wake, each one drained of blood. Determined to prove herself in her new role, Celie tracks the killer to the lair of Les Eternals. I will pop that name in the little text box up there. Um, Ancient creatures only spoken about in nursery rhymes, and catches the attention of their king, a monster uh, who hides his plans for her behind beautiful worlds and sharp smiles. Now Celie has new reason to fear the dark because the closer he gets, the more tempted she feels to give in to his dark hunger and her own. So this, to me, I mean, vampires is part of the description as well. Um, I don't know if this is going to be a romantasy or a fantasy romance, um, but I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you very much to my sister Caroline for suggesting it. I've honestly never heard of it, and I will say there is a Pokemon prompt. It's the stake prompt to read 3 books with 3 different shades of red in it, and I reckon that, yeah, surely I'd have to say that there's 3 different types of red um in this cover. So that is what I will be reading. I just got it on Kindle for $4 and I'm really happy about that. I'm quite excited to read that. And then the Old Man and the Sea, I will have to have a quick look and see. The Old Man and the Sea is available on my library app. So I've just gone ahead and put a hold on that. It is currently about 3 weeks away. Hopefully that will be delivered a little bit earlier. So we'll see about that. So yeah, that is my Tale from Two Trails TBR. Let me know down in the comments below if you are part of Tale from Two Trails and what team you're on. And let me know if you've read any of the books that I am planning to read. A few of you have probably already read Yellowface. If you have, let me know without spoiling it what you thought of it. And with that, I will wish you a good day or night from wherever you are in the world. And until next time, bye bye.